What's the biggest mistake a filmmaker can make?
The biggest mistake is a very understandable mistake that a filmmaker can make, which is, I think, to make a film where you're not saying anything. And when I say something, I don't actually think it has to be profound or that it has to be serious. But I think that it's the barrier to entry of just making an image on screen has lowered, right, with digital cameras. And so you can create imagery. And I think a mistake that a lot of us can make is it's easier to do that, but is there any reason for us to do that, to make the thing? So my real threshold is I think at this point, especially I think because independent cinema is not a high-paying career, I only want to make movies that wouldn't exist if I wasn't here in the world. In other words, what is the film that only I would make? I think as long as I'm doing that, I've cleared the initial sort of potential mistakes that a filmmaker can make. And so it's something I tell my students, something I tell other filmmakers. And I don't mean to say that you have to make a wholly original film, but what is something that comes from you? It doesn't have to be biographical. It doesn't have to be specifically about your exact identity, but just your point of view, your take, your feeling. As long as you're putting that into a movie, I think that's a reason to make a film.
And how does a filmmaker do it without beating the audience over the head with a message? Because you know how so many, a message, yeah, we're going to stay away from that. Distributors don't want that because it's too biased.
I think if your primary front and center goal for making a movie is a message, a movie may not be the right format. I always tell people a really great infographic is a pretty great way to get out a message. A really great documentary sometimes is a way to get out a message. A 2,000 word Medium post might be a great way to get out a message. For me with film, I do think that film absolutely engages with the world and can have messages in it. But at least for me, I can't start from that point. I don't know. I don't get how to make a movie that's good and interesting to watch moment to moment if the message is the only reason you're making it.
Yeah, I always love these people with all the bumper stickers on the back of their car. And I'm always I want to read them all. I want to know, there's messages in here, and there's a general bias to what they're driving around trying to say. And I find it very interesting and not just my dog is smarter than your honor student, but ones where there's wow, I've never seen that one before. And my favorite one was, before you change the system, you have to become part of the system. That was my favorite one that I saw. And then I realized wow,
that's a life view.
They're right.
Yeah, it's a world view.
Really, that's so. Just a side note there, but.